families. Just wanted to send a quick little email reminder for Mathland. I just want to let you guys know that this week we finished chapter 1. So we are all done with chapter 1. This entire week of Mathland was really working on fractions, understanding how probabilities are formed from fractions. So we talked about the idea, like if you have something where, like if you have a bag of pencils and you reach in 2 out of every 5 times you reach in, you're going to get a mechanical pencil. And so writing that as 2/5 was the fraction. We then took that knowledge and we were able to combine probabilities, look at compound probabilities, the either or, and understand that if we want this or this, that we're going to add those together. And so we really focused on making common denominators. I know for past experience that fractions really are not students' favorite thing to do. We kind of struggle with finding common denominators. And so we really spent a lot of time this week understanding to find common denominators, looking at those bottom numbers and figure out where can they go and what do they have in place. We ended today by being able to find a missing piece. And so this is what I mean by finding that missing piece. So we have a whole bunch of things right here. And so we needed to figure out what is this missing piece. And so being able to work through this and understanding that in order to figure out how much we have to put them all together. We have to add up these probabilities. And so to add fractions, we had to find common denominators. I teach students a strategy of looking at our smallest value, so smallest denominator being 3, and largest denominator being 6, and seeing if there's anything that those two have in common so we can get something out. It's really hard for us to sometimes think about 3 numbers and what they can go into. So if we can focus on 2, that's a lot easier. And so by looking at this 3, we know that the 3 can in fact go into 6. So I don't really have to worry about the 3 because whatever this, 3 is going to go in whatever 6 is. So then you're looking over here at this 5 and this 6. Common denominators is a number they both can go into evenly. And so looking at 5 and 6, we're looking at denominators, denominations of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we know that 5 and 6 have a common denominator of 30. So then we worked through this problem today by being able to change them all to 30ths. And so CPM teaches the strategy called the big giant 1, understanding that you can change anything by multiplying it by a whole. So 3 times what I always tell students gives you that 30, that's 10. Whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to that numerator. It's called that big giant 1. And so you basically are multiplying. So I know we worked through this problem today, being able to see and talk through what are you doing to get that new value. Okay, so you can see we made new ones. We got 10/30ths, you got 12/30ths, and you got 5/30ths. And so adding all of those pieces together, 10 and 12 make 22. Add your 5, you're at 27. So they were able today to see that we have 27/30ths accounted for. So that means that what's missing over here is that 3/30ths to get to that whole. And then recognizing that 3/30 can be simplified to 1/10. And so that was able to see the probability that's missing is 1/10. And so again, working through those pieces. Next week, we will be spending most of the time going through and reviewing chapter 1, really focusing on that outcomes, theoretical, experimental, how to find probability of an event, looking at compound and finding that missing piece. Our test is slated for not this coming week. So this coming week is going to be the 5th through, I believe, I'm looking at my calendar. That's why my computer just went up. 9th. And then so the following week is when we're going to be looking at taking that 10th. And it would fall on the 12th or the 14th. Next week, we have guidance lesson on Tuesday, the 6th. So there will not be a math component to that. Whether you are here or at home, you will be partaking in that guidance lesson, and that will be delivered by our school counselor. Wednesday, we're going to be taking a team test in virtual. All of us are going to be working together to kind of practice what a CPM test looks like in 7th grade. Thursday, we're going to be reviewing, and then in true CPM fashion, we're kind of going to take a little rest from chapter 1 to let it sink into our minds, and we're going to be looking into chapter 2 before we get into our test. That's how the CPM framework sets things up. Again, this week was all about fractions. Today we did an activity with Mario Kart and popping balloons, so your students may tell you a little bit about working in teams, working in groups to kind of problem solve CPM problems, and then if they got them right, they were able to pop a balloon. Just trying to add a little bit of fun and excitement into this longer week that we had to be part of. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Mid-quarters come out on Monday. It's just a snapshot in my gradebook. I just hit post and whatever is there is there. Understanding that anything your child does, they can retake. Right now, our grade is solely reflected on the work they are turning in. So please, 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 if you notice your child's grade is lower than you or they would like it, it's probably due to missing work. So they can always, always, always turn in their work and credit will be given. So just a reminder, those are something that you guys can check into as well. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, relax, recharge, enjoy the cooler air. It's a perfect time for a nice cozy blanket. Like I said, I'm partial to apple cider. I know that we had some debates about pumpkin spice, but again, find a nice little time to recharge and relax, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.